Broadcasting live from Youngville, North Carolina and Ontario, Canada. This is Got Mead Live, a weekly show where Vicky Rowe and AJ Ehrmitz bring you the mead news, meadery info, and mead making discussions from all over, talking with mead makers, mead owners, industry mavens, and influencers. This is Got Mead Live, a weekly podcast about mead and the people who love it and where the mead world is going. And now here are your hosts, Got Mead owner Vicky Rowe and mead and wine maker AJ Ehrmitz.
Den of the Puppies of the Apocalypse in northern Michigan, the Bunny Pen in Ottawa, Canada, and the Palatial Retirement Estate in Minnesota. It's Got Me Live. Welcome to the show. I want to say thanks to all the folks who've renewed or signed up for a Got Me patron membership over the past couple of weeks. You are appreciated. That's how we have funds to pay the things they make us give the money for so that we keep this thing on the road. So we really appreciate it very much. For those of you wondering what that is, patron membership on Got Mead is only $30 a year, and you get access to the, for about 50 cents a week, you get access to the patron boards in the Got Mead forum, patron Facebook group, and award-winning recipes contained therein. You can go to gotmead.com/community for the forum, and you can sign up for a free account there that'll get you into everything but the patron areas, and just upgrade if you want to get into the patron space and go on the patron group on Facebook. So we appreciate it. Thank you very much. To listen to us live, you can find us all over the place. Obviously, gotmead.com. And we are on Twitch at twitch.tv/meadwench. YouTube is youtube.com/@gotmead. X is x.com/realgotmead, and Facebook is facebook.com/gotmead. And we broadcast live on all those channels. I believe we're live on Instagram right now too, but I got to go double check that because that's been kind of flaky lately. So hard to say what's going on with that. If you want to send us comments, criticisms, people you think we need to have on the show, things like that, you can go to gotmead.com and put your mouse over Got Mead Live Radio Show and click on the drop down, which will take you to a form that you can send, and that goes to all three of us. So definitely, check that out if you want. I want to do a shout out for our lovely sponsors. Honeybrook Meadery, which has been sponsoring us for like a year and a half now, which is great. Thanks, guys. Calling all mead lovers and adventure seekers, look no further than Honeybrook Craft Meadery for your go-to destination for wonderful, light, and refreshing mead. With a location in Castle Rock, Colorado, and the new Garden Cottage experience coming this spring to Littleton, Colorado. Go to honeybrook.com, HONNI-brook.com to review the tap list, upcoming events, and to order online. And our other sponsor, the Honey Jar. Crafting excellent mead requires excellent honey. Luckily, the Honey Jar is here to help. Since 2005, the Honey Jar has been supplying delicious, pure, raw honey in easy-to-handle 12-pound pails to hobbyist brewers around the United States. Visit us at thehoneyjarhome.com/gotmead. So what are we drinking tonight, guys? AJ, you want to go?
Yeah, I got a bottle of Tracy's blueberry jackfruit.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's really nice. It smells heavenly. I could tell as soon as I cracked the cap on it that it was going to be very pleasant to sniff anyways.
Yeah.
And it's really pleasantly blueberry without being too musky, and I've over blueberried before, so
You can over blueberry?
yeah. Anyway, with wild blueberries, yeah, you kind of can, and it ends up kind of musky and weird. I actually like it a little bit diluted, but yeah, this is really, really pleasant. I'm not sure what the jackfruit is contributing because I don't know what jackfruit tastes like, but this is really, really nice.
That's pretty cool. Kevin, you're on rations, huh?
I'm on water.
Yeah. Yep. Well, that's what happens when you have to go get things fixed.
Yeah. Sorry to say, but it's the way it is.
So, Arne, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking kind of bucket of coffee at the moment.
Because it's what, 2:00 in the morning there, right?
About 3:00, yeah.
Oh God, yeah. I have to give you credit, dude, because at 3 a.m. I'd be like, I wouldn't even be able to articulate. Okay, I've got a bottle of Birmingham Blushing Goddess. This is semi-sweet, 11 to 14%, and hibiscus, lemons, and oranges. So an interesting combination. The aroma is wonderful on this. You get all kinds of honey and the citrus notes. The flavors are great. You lead out with a lot of lemon and a touch of the orange. The hibiscus gives it a nice tang and a real pretty color, and the honey just kind of ranges all through this. The finish is long and tangy with just a touch of herbal, and all the way around, it's a really nice mead. I was kind of thinking it'd be more of a summery mead, but it's got a lot more oomph to it than I really was expecting. It's not a bad thing. This is a really, really nice mead. Nice job, John. And if you want to get some, you can go to birminghammeadery.com. See, we'll have to get you back on, Arne, and then you can send us some mead, and then we can review it and tell people where to.
Absolutely.
Phone earlier today with a guy who we've been playing phone tag for about 3 days, and he owns an importing company.
Mm-hmm.
On the East Coast, and he's importing from Central and Eastern Europe.
Okay.
So yeah, I was like, well, who are you working with? And I listed out a bunch, and he's like, okay, I got that one. I don't have that one. So he's really excited, and he is, and I love this. Okay, he's putting together. And this is being sponsored and put out by his by his company, his import company. He's putting together he's going to call it the Magical Mead Tour, and it is a meadery tour of Eastern Europe, and it covers like 3 countries. They're going to go to Prague, they're going to go to the Mead Museum, they're going to it's a 9-day trip, and they're going to hit meaderies every day. And I'm like, I want to go. And it's like it's like in July sometime is what he's talking about. I don't know the exact dates yet. But I'm not going this year. I don't have the budget. But now that it's out there, if this thing kicks off, I'm so going next year. Of course,
yeah, your bees can spare you in July.
Yeah, right. That's what I figure. The bees can spare me in July, but it just sounds like a really neat thing. And yeah, and I was like, well, have you got anybody in Belgium yet? And he's like, not yet. And I was like, well, I can help you out.
There's some okay meaderies here, so
yeah, there's 1 or 2 that are kind of okay. Yeah.
And you don't have to travel very far to enjoy both of them, right?
Yeah, down the
you
hall.
open one door and then you just turn around and come right back in the same door.
Yeah. That's it. That's a good lead into. Okay, so you have like sort of a nano-meadery, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of small still at the moment. I don't have my own place because living central Antwerp is quite expensive.
Yeah.
Living in an apartment with 4 women. I'm married. I have 3 daughters. It's also not prone in having a lot of space. So I ended up, and I'm really glad I could, making mead at the Blacksmith meadery. So I'm a gypsy meadery, let's call it like that.
Okay.
And it makes my life a little bit easier.
Yeah.
That way.
Yeah,
so I don't have to think about.
Getting a location and all that. What's it? I mean, what is it involved with having? I mean, aside from obviously it's expensive, but do you guys have to get like a bunch of different permits or anything like that to operate
we
a meadery?
don't need that much. It's quite easy. We can start up a meadery in about 2-3 weeks if we want to. It's quite easy. So we have FAVV is the making sure we're using food grade stuff and things like that. So there's a little control on using edible materials. And then taxing, alcohol tax, that's one part, but all in all it's quite easy to start up a meadery here in Belgium.
Wow.
Well, so the biggest issue I don't need to do, so that's Gert's location. He's got the permits for making alcohol, so he needs to do the paperwork, and I don't. That's the easy part in having a gypsy meadery.
That's cool though. I mean, it gives you a place to do your mead, and you make good stuff. So, and yours, I mean, Gert's stuff tends to be on the sweeter side. Yours tends to be on the drier side, so it's a great compliment.
Yeah, absolutely. We're making total different meads. He's like the flavor bombs, American style. I'm more delicately the semi-sweet, off-dry. Don't forget me wrong, but I also have a sweet mead, but most of the time it's semi-sweet.
Okay.
So, and it's my flavor flavor palette. Let's say it like that. I don't know how it comes if I'm balancing out a mead or finalizing a mead. Most of the time, it ends up semi-sweet, so it's my go-to.
Okay. And it sounds like you're making meads you like. Is that working out with your customers too? I mean, do they like them as much as you do?
I can't complain. I think about they all sell quite the same. I have 3-4 meats now that are selling that I have in my shop, and they're selling quite the same, all of them. So I can't complain. It's not. I'm not selling that much at the moment. I'm only immediately. I started in what was it, 2021, something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I think it's
No,
21.
2019 I started making home at home as a hobby.
Uh-huh.
But
In the
21 was
shower.
the launch of Clockwork Bee, so it's not that long actually.
Yeah. Yeah, you jumped in fast, but it's working out for you. You're taking medals and stuff, so obviously you're making good mead.
Apparently.
As far as we can tell.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going awesome actually. As a home mead maker, the first time I entered as a home mead maker at the Mead Madness Cup, I won 2 gold medals the first year, which
Mhm.
was mind-boggling. I didn't expect that at all.
Yeah.
So, and from then on, as a professional meadery, I year after year, I won 1 or 2 medals every time. So it's really going great at that.
So
I love it.
where do you sell your meat? Is it all online? Is it through shops, bars, restaurants?
Well, I'm selling at two shops here in Antwerp, 3 shops in total. So there's a meat shop at the coasters selling my meats. Here in Antwerp, there's a bottle shop who's selling my meats. There are several um, craft beer bars who are pouring my meats, which is great.
Mhm.
A little bit online shopping, so through the web shop, and most of the time it's on events. I'm standing on events and selling my meats there most of the time. It's a
So
bit.
that means you give up your family responsibilities on a weekend to go to an event.
Sometimes, yeah. I'm not
Okay.
standing on events weekly, so from now on, let's say once a month I'm on an event, something like that.
Okay.
So I still have a full-time job, a full-time big boy job, let's call it.
I would say here it's like you have a day job or a real job. Yeah. The kind that actually makes money so you can pay the bills, that kind of a job.
Yep, that kind of job.
Yeah.
So that's consultancy. So
Okay. So your hours are probably sort of somewhat flexible too then.
they're somewhat flexible. Some from home working at client sites, so that's okay. And in the evening, being family man, and on the moments I get it planned in, I can tinker on some meads.
There you go. How old are your girls?
The oldest is 21.
Oh.
Going on 21 this year. So 18 and 14.
Oh, okay. Well, you need to put them to work, Arne. Put them in the, get them make mead. Take them, put them in some pretty clothes and take them to the shows,
Well, I'm also getting gray, so.
Yeah, well, we all get that. That happens to everybody. It's better gray than, I don't know, getting a bald spot or something, I suppose.
Yeah.
If you're able to tinker with some meads in the evening when you have a little downtime after all the family activities, how are you managing to do that? Are you like really close to Gert's place?
Not really. It's about close. What you call close? It's a half an hour drive to get to Gertz.
Okay, that's not close, no.
No, that's so you lose a lot of time going and coming back. But I used to tinker at home also, so I make some experiments at home, and 1 gallon batches or 5 gallon batches. So I started as a home, which is kind of a fun story. We have 2 bathrooms, and one isn't used, and it's just a shower. So I started out making mead in the shower. If you go to my, I think I have even a picture on Facebook somewhere. But
well, I think we have
it
in the intro for you, actually.
Yeah, I left it in the show notes so they could see it. It did go out on some of the social media. But
I wonder if that's the equivalent of prison hooch. The
shower mead.
Yeah, you got any weird looking? Yeah, you got any weird looking tattoos after making mead in the shower? Now?
Yeah.
Don't drop the honey.
Oh dear.
Oh
God. Yeah, but it was the easiest way in making mead at home. And if I dropped some honey or fruit or whatever, I just needed to use the shower head and
yeah,
it's convenient.
Rinse it all away. That works definitely. So, but that was fun. And from time to time, I still make a gallon of something to test it out. For instance, the apple mead, I have the cider with cinnamon and clove. I've made, I think, 5 different batches before I ended up with the right type of apple juice or cider, you guys call it. Before I ended up with the right meat, in my opinion.
Okay.
So, but it still has its uses.
Yeah. Well, why not, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. You get a wild idea. You got the showers right there. Hop in, make a mead, and away we go.
Well, we have a beer spa in Antwerp. Maybe we should start. No, it's somewhere around Antwerp. So maybe we should start a mead spa or something.
There you go.
Hey, new ideas.
See, if you were over in like Sweden or Norway or something like that, you could do like a mead sauna, and
yeah, it might be an idea. Call up with the Mjodrit or something.
Yeah, there's a guy in my bee club who rents Swedish style saunas, and he's got the sauna as like on a flatbed trailer, and he just brings it to your house, and you rent it for however long, and there you have a sauna. There you go. I'm afraid to find out for how much, because if it's really reasonable, I might just have to do it. I've got a shed out back. I'm hoping to build into a sauna at some point.
I'm wondering how he cleans it.
I don't know. And it's a traditional, so the barrel shape.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's not like a building, it's like a barrel, the barrel shaped with the what do they use? Birchwood, I think. I'm not sure.
I imagine they don't use a sulfur wick to clean it out. So
yeah,
no,
probably not.
No.
So you're at Gert's place now. Are you hand bottling? Does he have a bottling line? I mean, I don't know what all Gert's got set up at his place.
It's all manual. So we have an automatic bottling machine, 1 bottle at a time. So basically, I'm just having the bottling machine, adding we don't use corks, so we have glass tops on the bottles, the shrink capsule, and then the labeling machine, all in one line. And it's just half a day bottling, manual labor, and bottling 200 to 400 bottles at a time. So it's quite tough, but it clears the mind, let's say.
Yeah, you have an opportunity to think about all the other things you didn't think about before, right? You just keep
and all the things I want to try and.
So you're using a lot of like Belgian ingredients. I know there's a certain level of stuff you got to do, but what are you, where are you coming up with like your flavor combos and stuff? Where does that come to you from? Is it like I woke up thinking I need to mix cinnamon and hibiscus, or
No, it's I don't know how I get my ideas. Sometimes it's something I like to drink and I want to recreate in a meads. For instance, I like
a Belgian likes to drink. Who'd have thunk?
yeah, the first. Nah, do we like to drink?
Nah, not Belgium. Yeah.
I think we're all marinated or something.
I just remember when my husband went there when he was in Amsterdam for like a month, and so he and his buds were heading up to Belgium like on the weekends and stuff.
Yeah, but sometimes it happens. I like drinking imperial stouts in a beer. I'm actually a beer drinker normally, and I wanted to make an imperial stout barrel aged in a mead.
Oh,
so I started playing with coffee, chocolate, and stuff like that. So and that was my weirdest. Let's say it's more elaborate thought in making a mead. So I now have a coffee caramel chocolate meads.
Ooh.
A little bit barrel aged on oak cubes from rum barrels, which has done quite good.
Yeah.
Like the apple mead, the cinnamon clove, it's called Grandma's homemade apple strudel. So I like apple strudel, so why not make a mead out of it?
Well, who doesn't like strudel? I mean, come on.
Yeah, there you go.
So what do you do for the pastry part of it?
Yeah.
Well, there's not really it's really the apple. I back sweetened it with the concentrate of the same apple juice, and combined with the cinnamon and clove, you really got the strudel, the apple strudel's flavors in total in there.
Oh, okay.
So, but it's still fresh. It's still crisp. Because it's been made with an apple juice of several apples here from Belgium. It's a local apple grower here, not far away.
Oh, nice.
Makes his own juices. He doesn't want to say what type of apples are in there, so it's his secrets. Let's call it like that. But it came out wonderful. So still has some acidity in there, sweetness, some bitterness, together with the cinnamon and clove. It just worked out well.
Sounds like it. I like the apple strudel. God, my grandmother used to make that. She was German. Yeah. But yeah, that sounds really yummy. I'm surprised you didn't try to go for, like something to get that like Kevin was saying, the pastry flavor in there as well.
That might be an idea to try another version about it.
Well, you could talk to Danique.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stroopwafel meads.
Oh God, that's so. I was telling the guy at the importer. I said, "There's a stroopwafel mead," and he's like, "No." I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I've got to get that," and I was like, "I'll hook you up." I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if Danique's in a place where he's got enough production to export, but
I don't know if he's going to make it again because it was a hassle. It was
I don't doubt
very difficult.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. Yeah, that's a shame though, because that was such an excellent mead. It was
it was awesomely made.
It really was awesomely made. Yeah, I was stunned. And he had sent, when we had him on the show, he sent a bottle to me, and then he sent 2 bottles to me, and I took and sent one to Kevin. I would have sent one to AJ too, but getting it across the border into Canada is problematic. Stupid. Yeah, we didn't have a mule to smuggle meat across the border at that point. So.
And given current situations, probably won't for a while.
It's only getting more and more difficult.
Yeah, things are getting interesting, but yeah, it was. So I sent it to Kevin, and Kevin didn't drink his on the show. I did mine, and then he drank his later, and was just like going, "Oh my God!" Yeah, both of us were just over the moon with that meat. It was
surprisingly good.
I mean, yeah, it really was.
You did a great job on it.
And
so I know it's possible. I know it's possible.
Yeah, and it's tough to get that that bready note without it being weird. I mean, that's the big thing, because when Brad tried to do that with cherry pie collab that I did with him, I had used Malab to get the crust notes, and it was accidentally great. I just wanted the nutty flavor. I didn't realize I was going to get crust, which is what I got. But Brad couldn't find enough to do it commercially, so he ended up actually they made pie crusts and just tossed them in the fermenter.
Well, that's the same way Danique did it with his stroopwafel meats. But
Mm.
he just needed to find the right stroopwafel
Mm-hmm.
to make it work, and that was a hassle.
Oh,
I
I'll
don't know how
bet.
many times he tried it out. I think more than a dozen times.
I suppose there's
Before
probably like lots of different stroopwafel makers
yeah,
that
there are.
it's kind of a thing. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I hadn't even considered that. Obviously, here in the U.S., we probably could find 2 or 3,
One is
and
all
that'd
I
be about all
find.
you'd expect, right?
Yeah. And
Not
the
even
one
something
and
to
the
really
ones
think
that
about.
and it depends on where you're at too, because the ones I get
Yeah.
here, I picked up, I was like, "Woo, stroopwafel!" And so I grabbed a box of them at the store, and I
Mhm.
get them home, and I'm all excited, and I open one up, take a bite, and I'm like, "This isn't as no, this ain't right." Because I've had the real thing. I was Danique, God love him, when I went over to Mead Madness at EMMA in 2019. That fool just brought me a whole stack of stroopwafel and sent me all the way home on the plane. I'm eating stroopwafel.
Yeah,
But
you even can get hot ones there. So they got
oh
the
gosh,
cookie without the stroop. They
uh-huh.
call it in Holland. They cut them in half, make them hot, put the stroop in between, and then you get the paper bag with the big waffle in there. And they're about, I don't know, 20 centimeters diagonally, big. So they're
That's 8
really
inches.
awesome. Come again?
That's 8 inches for those of you who don't speak
Yeah,
metric.
AJ's our metric imperial.
I'm Canadian.
translator.
We're bilingual.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're definitely got both of them.
No, but I like playing with the different ingredients and finding the best flavors and put them together. So that's a fun part of making meads.
Yeah, it really is. I love combining flavors. I do the same thing when I'm cooking. It's like this needs curry. This needs, here, we got to add peas to this. It's just,
I haven't had peas to mead yet. Maybe I'm gonna
not
try that
yet.
one.
No, yeah, no. It's on my brain because I made. We had a leg of lamb for Easter dinner, and I introduced my aunt and uncle who never had lamb to lamb, and they were stunned at how much they liked it. I was worried. We actually made chicken piccata as another meat dish because we weren't sure if they'd like it and wanted to make sure that they had something to eat, and they loved it and it was great, but there was only 5 of us and it was like a 6-pound leg of lamb, so had a lot of leftover lamb. So yesterday,
Not a bad thing.
yeah, no, not a bad, no, that's a good thing because you can do all sorts of stuff with that. So yesterday, Vicky chunked it all up, stripped off the fat, and made a really large pan of shepherd's pie.
Oh,
Oh, okay. That sounds like a
Mhm.
good way to use that. I like the
Mhm.
idea.
That's actually
Hmm.
my go-to whenever we make lamb, which is usually only 2 or 3 times a year because it's
Mhm.
kind of expensive. But I'm working on John trying to let me get sheep. But
Oh, geez.
so far he is like going absolutely not. So I don't know how
sheep
I
are
might
kind
take
of
a while.
jerks. You might not want to do that.
Yeah, I know. But
And
there's
geez,
people.
don't bite off too much. I mean,
Yeah, no,
you
as it is, I'm going to be lucky if I get the chickens this year at the rate we're going.
right?
Because
I mean,
with the
just
bees are eating up a lot of my life right now. So
spend your time
Mhm.
with the bees, figure out what you're doing, get
yeah.
that under control, and
Try one new
then
thing a year.
consider chickens.
And then go to the next thing, whatever that
Don't
is.
do it all at once. That's
No, I
insane.
know. This is my
And you
problem.
keep saying you want to make meat again, and you haven't made meat in a long time. When are you going to do that if you get sheep and chickens and bees all at the same time?
That would require me having to unpack the 27 boxes that are impacting the meat
I
area.
mean, what's
Uh-huh.
And I
wrong
have
with
to
you?
because sorry, I was laying floor this week and no,
I know. So,
the
like,
plumbers came and
seriously, what's wrong with you?
they put the plumbing in the bathroom. I can actually lay tile and put a drywall now. It's like, yay.
Yeah.
I'm so
One
excited about
step
that.
at a time. That's how you
Yeah,
saw.
so
That's how
that's the
you
big thing
take care
is
of
I've
things.
just you're right. And I've recently come to that realization. But it's
I
just
understand the ambition. I
Hmm.
get it.
yeah. I tend to overreach. It's a habit of mine. It's
Mm.
You think?
yeah. Jeez, how long have you known me? I bite off way more than I can chew. It's my modus operandi.
So here's a possible challenge for you if you're you're interested in different flavors. what about pistachio? It
Ooh.
makes great ice cream, which
Yeah.
the first time I had it, I thought, oh, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, me
But
too.
no,
I
Uh-huh.
didn't
it's
care for it.
actually like fantastic.
But
and
nuts
and
can
I
be a pain to work
I
with.
made
too.
pistachio filling for the lamb that I did this weekend, and it turned out
Oh, did
like
you?
really
I
well.
wouldn't. Yeah, we
Ooh.
grilled ours. Believe it or not.
Mhm.
And I did a rub on it. And hang on a second, let me grab it from my. I keep notes on these things just like I do when I'm making mead. It's like there we go. Yeah, okay. So the rub was. Let's see here. Oh, that's the shepherd's pie. I want the lamb. Grilled leg of lamb. There we go. Okay, so it was red wine, minced garlic, chopped rosemary and thyme, balsamic vinegar, salt, and pepper. So fairly simple rub, but I rubbed I made that all mixed up and then took the leg of lamb, uncased it because it was tied up, and then they say to cut it along the muscles. So there's like 3 muscles that are involved in a leg of lamb. So
Flatten it out.
yeah, flatten it out. It didn't butterfly it. You just cut apart the 3 muscle pieces. And Rob's over there going, no, it doesn't sound like you really came to that realization. Yeah. Yeah, it's hitting me over the head like every other day right now. But yeah, so I did that and then made up the rub, I was actually more of a marinade. Made up the marinade, dumped it in a bag, threw the lamb in there, and let it marinate overnight, and it was great. We just did that, but it is apparently it's the various things in there help to reduce the gaminess because lamb has a certain level of gaminess, but a lot of people don't care for. So. But same kind of thing, it's like you look at it and you go, okay, what do I need with this? What has to happen here in order for this to be really amazing? And, I do that same kind of thing. So I'm like going, what else do we need to have with this? And, that kind of thing. And it's all about the flavors.
Yeah, combining them like sweet and bitterness and stuff like that. So they balance out, which makes it interesting and makes it pop.
Yeah.
So back to that whole pistachio idea for a mead. Why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Never tried it.
I've done pecans and walnuts. Turned out really good.
Yeah.
I've only used cacao nibs for chocolate flavor, which can be nice. I've done it in combination with coffee, so. And to get the real dark chocolate flavor is combining the cacao nibs with the vanilla beans.
Oh, sure.
So that's really nice.
Yeah. Dude, you don't have a translate to English on your site? Really? Don't you love us or something?
My side.
It's not always about you, Vicky.
Nah, yes it is. Yes, it's always about me. It's like, I'm sorry, I can't read that.
Well, your browser has Google Translate in it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just, it's not giving me the option. It was really weird. It came up in English and then it.
What are you trying to translate?
No, I don't want to do that. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I was just going over to look at your meads. I love your names that you've got for these.
Yeah, I like playing with those.
Yeah. The Pirates Wake Up Call makes sense. Rum barrels are involved. So.
And coffee.
And there's a strudel. And, okay, so the botanist cherry shed apple.
What's cherished, but cherries in there. And apple. So it's a cherry, a cider with dark cherries.
Okay.
Semi-sweet.
Okay.
And normally I have the off-dry one is a Bochet, aged on cubes from whiskey barrels. And that's the Spy Master's Burn Notice.
Okay. You're out of that one right now?
I'm out of that one. It's being finalized at the moment, so it's fermented out, dry, and now the oak cubes from whiskey barrels are on it, and now it's tasting from time to time until that's done, and then bottling time. So normally in about I think 2 months that one should be finished.
Okay, so your turnaround is what, 60, 75 days thereabouts?
I think that one will take maybe 3 months, 3 or 4 months to finalize.
Okay.
So do you do a lot of post fermentation fine tuning then of your mead? Sounds like you do something along that line.
Yeah, in the end, it's always balancing out flavors, making sure that nothing pops out too much, some back sweetening until the levels are right where I want them to be. I've made them all before, so I now have an idea where I want them to end up. But from time to time, like the cherished apple, this year it fermented out completely dry. So I have this is a mead from almost 16% alcohol, which is quite high for my standards. But in the end, it's just some back sweetening until all the flavors are in balance. Acidity of the tart cherries of the and the sweetness of the apples, and that they work like I want them to, or it's just like having 7-8 glasses in front of me and just adding each time a little bit more honey until I have the right balance.
Okay.
Sure. Yep. Yeah. So you're doing bench trials to figure out where you want to be.
Yeah, definitely. Also, when adding, I'm not adding, making enough to have it barrel aged. I wanted to do that with the Pirates wake up call, but it's a coffee mead, so I have added a shitload of coffee in there. From a local roaster. I think I added 28 kilos of coffee and 200 liters of mead.
Holy crap, that's a lot.
Yeah,
of
that's
coffee.
When you
lots.
say you're when you say you're adding coffee, is it brewed coffee or
Nope.
coffee beans?
The full beans went in fermentation.
Okay. So the beans are whole. You're not like crushing them or
So
grinding them.
28 kilos of beans. Yeah. All right.
28 kilos of beans.
Dang.
And they've been in there for I think 6 months at least.
Wow.
So it was really coffee in your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That way you don't have the caffeine in there. So if you brew coffee, you get the caffeine in there. But this is like dry hopping with coffee beans.
You're saying you don't get any caffeine?
Nope. If you boil, you also make hot coffee. So you add
I don't know.
boiling water, you get the caffeine.
What about cold press? Cold press has loads of caffeine, and it's not boiled.
No, true. Then you also don't have caffeine. But it worked out. My first bench trials, my first tryouts of the meads went with adding the whole beans, and they just add the full-on flavor of the coffee bean in there, which worked out nicely.
Very
I
cool.
didn't even try with cold brew. The downside about it is you have a lot of acidity of the coffee.
Oh, right.
And if I say a lot,
does the coffee bitterness come through when you're working with whole beans?
Also, yeah.
Okay.
And then adding the cacao nibs, double so.
Okay.
Oh God.
So there was a lot of acidity in there that even the rubbers from the seals were eaten into. So the
Oh
meat
my God.
dripping out of the fermenters.
Holy cow! What are
So
you gonna
had
do?
to rack them into another fermentation vessel.
God, that's hilarious.
Luckily I used the right yeast for it, so I used the E1118,
Champagne yeast.
The champagne yeast that eats through everything. So even with high acidity or whatever you want to call it, it keeps on fermenting. Luckily, so it didn't stall.
So what are you gonna do with the beans when you rack off the beans? You gonna grind them and make coffee out of them?
Well, I went back to the roaster, and they told me nope, can't be done. So they took a lot of the mead with them. So I lost about, I think, 20 liters of meat due to the coffee beans. 20-30 liters.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
holy
there went
cow.
a lot of meat. A lot of meat
We got
went in there.
10%, 20% loss there.
Yeah, there's a lot of loss of the meats. So instead of 200 liters, I had only 180 left. So it was not enough to put in a barrel.
Ah,
So
okay.
that's the reason I used the cubes, the oak cubes.
Okay. Well, that makes sense, though. You know, you don't want to have a barrel with too much headspace, so that
No,
makes
that's it.
a lot of sense. Yeah. But yeah, are they gonna regrind? Are they gonna grind them beans and make coffee out of them, or
But
what?
I asked them, but roasting them again, it's not an option. They're really moist now, and they told me try and put them in the oven, low
Dry 'em
temperature,
out.
but it's hopeless. Can't
Oh,
do it.
bummer. Because
Yeah, real bummer.
yeah, I was thinking that if you could, if you could, roast them and or dry them out enough so that you could grind them, then
That
I'll
would
bet
make an
that'd be
interesting
a
coffee.
really good coffee. Yeah, Rob's over on the on the
Yeah,
chat
definitely.
going. He did
I think
that.
if they would do that in their roasters, for starters, the air would be awesome. The scents that come off when roasting
Oh
them
God,
would
yeah.
be awesome.
Just walking past one of those places is like divine,
Yeah,
And I'm not
absolutely.
even a coffee drinker, so.
But I guess if they would roast any beans after that, they'll all taste to the mead.
You're
Yeah.
right.
Well, and they probably don't want to grind them because that flavor could get into their grinders and then
Yeah.
that would linger. But you could take and put those beans in a grinder.
Yeah.
Yeah, they told me it wasn't possible, that it wouldn't be easy to roast them again, or possible to roast them again and grind them afterwards. They were too, I know I call it, too mushy, too wet to be used
Too
again.
hydrated.
Yeah, too hydrated.
Hydrated.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So I had to dump them, which was a lot of money going in the trash.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's
Yeah,
a shame. I'd be like,
But you used it to make a mead, so
Yeah.
That's true.
there's some compensation for that. I mean, it's an
There-
ingredient cost, right?
Yes, it is, but it still hurts.
I know. I get it.
Have some jumped up compost heap though.
yeah.
Oh, Bobby
Yeah,
just dropped into the
Bobby
chat.
just popped in. Yeah, which is we don't see him in the chat all that much.
No.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah, and Bobby's saying, how about a dehydrator? Which is what I was thinking, was just throw them in a dehydrator and do them at like 160 degrees.
Well, it was 28 kilos when they went in.
Yeah.
So what's that?
yeah.
50 kilos coming
You
out?
need either a really big dehydrator or a whole lot of time. Yeah.
And hope it doesn't go funky in the meantime.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
That too.
Yeah. That's a shame.
I bet it
though,
makes
to have
really
to-
good compost, though.
Yeah, oh, I'll bet it does. Well, coffee grounds are what they say for tomatoes, among other things. So coffee grounds are a good thing. But do you feel like all the flavor gets extracted out of them in that first go round, or is it like a barrel where you could use it 2 or 3 times?
I'm not going to use them more than once, because as they have taken up a lot of the meat also, so you have more different flavors in there.
Okay. Yeah.
So
the other stuff that you've been doing. Yeah, that's interesting. I'd want, I mean, given that, 28 kilos of coffee's got to be a lot of money. It's a lot of coffee,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
So, and it just, if it was possible to reutilize them in another way, I think I'd try. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
But and also, I don't have a lot of room to stash them, and to do something else with it would take some space and time.
Right, and you're in an
which I don't have at
apartment,
the moment.
so yeah, space and time or something that are at a premium. I get it. For me, it'd be like, alrighty, then I'll just stick it out in the garage. You know, I
Yeah,
have a
but you have
garage.
room now. You
Right.
have
Yeah. Well,
room.
I theoretically I have room right now. All that room seems to be filled with building materials.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Mhm.
and to say, I've been thinking about how can I utilize. We've got an attic here, which we didn't have in the other house. So yeah. But it's that's really interesting. I would say. So what else is in the Pirates wake up call? So you've got coffee, caramel, and it's a boucher, right?
It's a boucher. Started as a boucher with coffee beans, and after fermentation, let's say about 6 months that the coffee was in there, I added the cacao nibs and the vanilla beans, which was also a lot, not that much, about 8 kilograms, 9 kilograms of cacao nibs, and 50 vanilla beans in total.
Okay.
To create the dark chocolate flavors in there. And when that one was done, the oak cubes from rum barrels. So it took about 1.5 years to finalize that mead.
Is this a Belgian rum barrel, or did you get that from elsewhere?
No, it's just from those cubes you can buy at the brew shop.
Okay. Yeah, so the prepackaged rum cubes.
Prepackaged rum cubes. I
That's
was
all right.
I was thinking about using a rum barrel, but
You didn't have enough for a barrel, so yeah. That makes sense. But yeah, that's really interesting. I like that. It sounds yummy. Even though I don't know if the coffee would be too much for me. I'm not a coffee drinker. I do like coffee melts, but it varies. So yeah, I don't care. I don't like coffee. I love the smell. I hate the taste. So, but the odd thing is I like it when it's in a mead generally.
Yeah, but it's coffee in your face. That's true, but there was a lot of acidity and bitterness in there. So that one is my sweetest mead.
Okay.
It's sweet.
So you brought the sweetness up to balance out that bitterness and
yeah, you need a lot of honey to back sweeten to balance out the bitterness and the sweetness. So it's a dessert mead. Let's call it like that.
Okay. And are you using like just a standard like sort of wildflower generic sort of honey out of Belgium, or are you using a varietal?
No, it's wildflower, so mixed flower honey, but not Belgian. Using Belgian honey would be too expensive.
Really?
Yeah, because
is there just not that much honey production in Belgium?
Not massive honey production. There are a lot of hobby beekeepers, and we have the Beekeeper Foundation here, and they've set the price for a jar of honey, so half a kilo of honey, up to 6 or 7 euros.
Oh God!
So if you want to use local honey, yeah, for half a kilo, 6 to 7 euros.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
That's pricey.
So that's the B2C price.
Yeah.
And as a hobby beekeeper, you'd like that because it's a lot of work having beehives.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just joined the ranks of the hobby beekeepers, and I could see that point. But yeah, that'd be tough from your side.
Yeah, but buying honey, if you need 80 kilograms, I use 80 to 100 kilograms per 200 liters of honey.
Right.
And
if half a kilo is 6-7 euros, yeah, that gets ridiculous. So are you going Spain, Portugal, something like that?
We used to buy from Ukraine. So the Nectarica honey. But now it's we buy in Spain. They have awesome orange blower.
They do. Yeah,
they do.
The folks in Ireland are using Spanish orange blossom, and yeah, it's lovely. I like that.
Yeah, and we get also the Ukrainian mixed flower honey, which is also with a lot of sunflower in there.
Oh, that's nice.
Which is very nice.
Nice. That is very nice.
So most of the time I use the mixed honey, the mixed flower honey. But the sizer, so the grandma's homemade apple strudel is made with the orange blossom honey.
Okay. And what about the botanist's cherry shed?
This year has been made also with orange flower, with the Orange blossom honey.
Orange and cherry goes together really nice.
Hard to go wrong with orange blossom, really.
Yeah,
No,
it really is. It seems it's
really
good
nice.
for almost everything. Seems like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
I've done some experimenting, but
what you been experimenting with?
well, I'm Bob making the pull track meads.
Yeah, he said he'd talk to you about doing a Polish.
Yeah, it's going on.
It's hard to say no to Bobby, you know.
Yeah, there you go. Damn you, Bob.
Damn you, Bob. Yeah.
So I'm making the pull track. I'm try on the pull track meads with the how it's called, forest honey.
Okay.
So really dark, intense honey.
Yeah.
It's going all right. It's now fermenting for a year.
Oh wow! Yeah.
So let's give it a little bit more time and see what I get out of there.
So are you using the process that Bobby favors to make it?
Yeah, fermentation, the way he did it. So that's been going through. I've done the last part, I think 2 months ago.
Okay. And are you doing a straight pull track, or is there flavorings in there as well?
Nope, straight pull track. There's no flavoring whatsoever. Only the honey, and water.
Okay. And you go with the Spanish orange for that as well?
No, it's the forest honey.
That forest honey. That's right. The dark stuff. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I
don't know the English name specifically. I forgot.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, though. It seems like that's the case with the forest honey. I've had forest honey in Poland and in Mexico and a couple of other places, and it's always dark and super rich and very flavorful.
I'm not sure, but is that the stuff that's actually
honeydew
made from?
Oh, honeydew?
That's the honeydew.
Yeah, honeydew. Exactly.
Secretions
from something similar to an aphid.
Yeah.
Which the honeybees harvest off the back of the insect.
Yeah.
And bring back to the hive. Yes.
So honey is actually puke.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah. And your point,
Arna? Are you trying to hurt your sales? Yes. My drinks are all made from puke.
With some bees.
Bee barf, yum.
Bee barf, yum. Oh, that's funny.
That's my sales page. Come on.
There you go. Yeah. So I make these beverages from bee barf, and they're fabulous, and you should buy them. Yeah.
They're awesome.
Well, at least it's not coffee beans from a civet.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
that cracks me up. It's like, you ask somebody what kind of coffee they're this is something that's passed through the intestinal system of a civet cat and then pooped out and ground into coffee. Oh, okay.
And apparently
it costs like $1,000 a pound.
Oh, it's ridiculously expensive. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, seriously.
And
but then again, a lot of things that people eat are waste products. So
are just,
I guess we shouldn't be offended, even though intellectually we have really no choice.
I'm not offended. I'm just not interested.
Well, you're offended enough that you don't want to try it.
No, I don't like coffee, so that starts.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, I don't like coffee, so it did. Kopi Luwak or any other kind of coffee, not interested. But yeah, it's. But yeah, I mean, I think even if I was a coffee drinker, I'd be like, yeah, I kind of draw the line at cat shit.
That's when I would pass on.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
exactly.
I get that it's rare, yada yada yada. I'm not driven by that kind of thing. Sorry.
Well, and so beeswax is a secretion too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And oh man, I love the way beeswax smells. It
smells
like
isn't it wonderful? Yeah.
I
gave chunks of beeswax to my grandchildren when they were all year and they'd never had it before. And it's like chewing gum, I mean, you can just I gave them a little chunk all soaked in honey and they're like, oh my God, Grandma, this is amazing. And this is like my daughter's going, what have you done?
Yeah.
Special grandma treats.
Yeah.
It really
my job as a
amazing,
grandmother, Yeah, it is. It's cool. I love it. I'm looking forward to it. When I checked my hive a couple of days ago, my instructor or my mentor was like, so did you see them starting to build cells and everything? And I was like, yeah, I did. Oh my God, they're already building stuff on there. I'm stunned. And it was like a week and a half after I loaded the bees in.
Yep.
They got busy right
Doesn't
away.
take long.
No, it really doesn't. So, but
Well, just
yeah.
wait until you get to high summer and there's a slight breeze. You can put a
Oh, the
chair
smell.
about 20 feet away from the
Downwind.
hive. Yeah. And just breathe.
Yeah.
There is something
good.
really magical about that.
Yeah,
truly.
I'm actually planning on setting a little table and a chair out there so I can just go hang with the girls.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
gonna be great.
I'm looking forward to it. Just like when I went to check on them the other day, I just kind of stood there and just soaked it in. So the hum alone is like it's like this world spanning ohm, you know, when they're all buzzed together. It's great.
Right.
It's awesome. I love it.
It's alarming when the first time you hear it is from your back seat of your car when you're picking up your bees packages. But,
Yeah, I didn't have to do that. My bee teacher ordered the bees all together and then doled them out when we got to the bee yard. But but I have to transport them home. So in the middle of June, and that should be interesting. I'm gonna have to basically lock down. I have to wait till after dark when the bees have all come home, and then load the hive up and strap it in the truck and bring it back.
Yep, block the door.
Yep, lock the door. Yep.
And then hope non-escape in the car.
Yeah, well, they're not going to be in the inside. They will be in the back of the pickup truck because I really don't want to be driving 45 minutes from the bee yard back to my house.
I did have that experience.
Ooh.
Yep. Had the hive in the back of the car and about 200 bees got loose.
Ouch.
They're just flying around, you know.
Not one sting.
Yeah, that's
hour-long drive home. A little bit nervous, but you know, they were just flying around trying to figure out where the heck they were. That's all.
they're like, what's going on, man?
Yeah.
I'm moving forward and I'm not flying. How's that going?
Yeah, right. How am I doing this? This is not right. So where else are you getting honey? Are you going with mainly with the Spanish honeys, or are you finding stuff elsewhere that you like? Or
Well, we have a small wholesaler here in Belgium where I buy from time to time, but mostly it's from Spain now.
Okay.
So, well, actually, Gert buys it, and I buy from him.
Okay. You're a honey subletter.
Yeah, he's my honey.
He's your dealer.
He's your honey dealer.
Yeah. He tempted me once, and look where it got me.
Yeah. See here, look at where you ended up.
There you go.
So, do you run into any problems moving honey from Spain up to Belgium? I mean, are there any like agricultural restrictions that they're concerned about, or not?
No, not at all here in Europe.
Oh, good.
So those
I
can
would
travel.
imagine, with them both being in the EU, it's probably already like sort of predestined.
Yeah,
it's okay.
It's the same way when we bought in Ukraine or Poland or wherever you want to get your honey. So there's no problem whatsoever in transporting it across the borders.
Oh, okay. So say Poland's not in the EU, are they? No, they're not. They're on. Yeah. They have their own. Are they?
It's the EER, so European Economic Region.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say because they're not like completely in the EU. They have their own.
No, but it's a region, so that's the easy parts for getting stuff across the border. So.
Okay. Yeah, it's weird how that works because here we've got weird alcohol shipping laws because we've got this patchwork of laws as a result of prohibition back in the 30s. But so when we came out of let's ban all alcohol into we can do this, but every state gets to decide how it does it. So you can get two states that are right next to each other that can't ship to each other.
Yeah, it's stupid shipping it between provinces here too.
And it should be, to my mind, it should be more continental, like Mexico, US, and Canada ought to, all that transportation, shipping and stuff should just happen.
Perhaps have free trade.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, but in Europe, there's also alcohol-wise, there's more to do because if you cross alcohol to the border, you need to pay your excise in the other country.
Right. Do you pay VAT as well, or just excise?
Excise, so your alcohol tax. and you have to ask it back here in Belgium then.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
So
sure. You can
before
get
we can sell, we
reimbursed, you
pay
mean?
our excise.
Yeah.
And if we want to sell in another country, we need to pay excise there also. And then we
Okay.
can ask the excise back here in Belgium. But it's a hassle to do. So I'm
Right.
not exporting at the moment,
Okay.
just not to have all that
So I
hassle.
shouldn't give your name to the importer for the U.S.
Well,
Not
that way
yet.
it's the
Not
importer
yet.
paying for it. It's the importer paying for that. It's not
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
just sell
That's
to
true.
him,
Yeah.
and he's importing it to the States.
Yeah.
So he's taking care of all excise and alcohol tax.
Ah, okay. That's how that works.
So that's the
All
easy
right.
part. That's
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird here, but at the same time though, I can order honey, or a meadery can order honey from pretty much anywhere in the United States and get it. No biggie, no excise, no. I mean, there's shipping costs, but that's going to happen wherever you are, and and normal sort of taxes. But that's just purchase taxes. There's not like any barriers as far as shipping the materials. Once you turn it into alcohol, everything changes.
All different
alcohol and drugs. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's always interesting to see the differences, and how, because you've got sort of a confederation similar to what we've got, because the EU is multiple countries that are basically like we are with the States. The States are primarily independent, but also we're concatenated under the overall United States, kind of thing.
Yep.
So, but there's just so many differences. I mean, I live in Michigan, for instance. Meaderies cannot ship their stuff to me unless they fill out additional paperwork. So using like Vino Shipper, which is the most popular shipping capability here in the US for meaderies. It's great for smaller businesses. The big guys, they've got their own thing, but the little guys, they go through Vino Shipper, and Vino Shipper goes to 42 of the 50 states. And of the 8 states they can't ship to, I think half of those say, if you do this extra paperwork and I think maybe pay a small fee or something, then you can also ship there. But you have to do that. You have to take that extra step,
That's kind of the same here in Europe. So you have to indeed fill in the papers that you're exporting or importing into another country, pay the alcohol tax in that other country before it can be sold there.
Okay.
But if you work with an importer or a transporter, which there are some beer importers here in Belgium, if you work via them, so it's easier to do.
Beer importers in Belgium? I wouldn't think you need to import beer into Belgium.
Well,
you guys have got quite a lot of beer on your own,
Sometimes you want a German one.
Belgian beer. We want some other ones.
They really want to get the Budweiser in there, don't they?
Yeah, right. Why would you want inferior beers in Belgium?
Hey, don't get me wrong, we got awesome beers, but there are also some
awesome beers,
beers in the other countries in
That's
Europe.
true, yeah. It just cracks me up. My husband used to go on and on about the Belgian beers, And oddly enough, Belgian style beers are, when I drink beer, pretty much one of my go-tos.
Nice.
Yeah. When my beer nut friends dragged me to breweries and made me try everything, that was how I figured out what I like style wise better. And Belgians always came out at the top of the pile.
Yeah, I think don't call us beer country for.
That's right. Yeah. Y'all got a decent number of breweries there. So is it just you and Gert hold down things for mead in the country, or is there more meaderies popping up in Belgium?
There are some more meaderies.
Yeah.
Last year there was beginning this year, I don't know anymore. Like Orebro was started up as a new brewery. A couple of friends we know. I think last year they were also on European Meadmakers conference. They came over with us. There are some new ones, some good ones, some less, but there are some very good ones. Orebro has some very nice meads. There's a brewery now started last year in Brussels also, a mead maker. I think we're about 7 meaderies in Belgium.
That's great.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So it's growing steadily.
That's good.
So it's nice. Still all wide open markets, but
Yeah.
I think it's the same with you guys. Is that it's not a commonly known beverage, so it's still working to get it out there. They need to do a lot of work to let people know it exists.
Yeah. I'll have to track down all the other ones because I think the only ones I've got in my list are. Well, I've got to add you. Yours is relatively new, and the meadery list is like a year and a half, 2 years out of date. But I've got Gerd in there. And yeah, and so the rest of them wouldn't be in there yet because they all came after you did. So
so you had the meadery also.
yeah,
So making also beer and cider, so it's not a full
meadery.
meadery.
Yeah. I had meadery. I had God, I'd have to go look at the list to be honest. There's so much. That's one of my tasks that I got to give to myself when I get a break from the house building stuff.
But we're gonna start making our own list also of European meaderies to
Well,
start off.
good. Please share that with me if you would. I would appreciate that.
Yeah, we're gonna work on that because
Okay.
I don't know. I'm also one of the members of European Meadmakers Association. That we're working on, and we're gonna make a list of all meaderies, try and make a list of all meaderies here in Europe.
Awesome.
We started out also with a new label certification for real meads.
Okay.
So meaderies can join and ask for the real mead certification, which is checking if they use real honey and not adulterated or cheap honey or added sugars or whatever in their meads. So they have genuine real meads.
Okay.
To help them out and to differentiate them of the meaderies that also use sugar and syrups and stuff like that.
Okay.
To make it as cheap as possible, but sell below the price that we're able to sell our meats.
Right. Yeah, I saw your stuff was running around 30 euros. Is that a 750 or is that a 325?
It's a half a liter, so 500.
500. Okay. Yeah, that is. I mean, there's plenty of meads here that go for similar prices for similar volume.
Yeah, that's a coffee mead. That one's coffee, quite expensive. Though that one's is one of my most expensive. Most of the time it's 25 euros.
Okay.
And if I make it traditional, it's going to be 20 euros, I think.
Okay.
So that's doable.
Yeah. That makes sense. I like to hear that it'll be, accessible, because I think that's one of the things that holds us back as an industry worldwide is, I mean, honey's expensive. It just is. And and then the additional ingredients that we add, that's a whole other thing. And if you're working with something like, say, coffee,
even then again.
Right. Yeah. So it's
absolutely
difficult to keep the costs down and actually be able to make enough of a profit to have a viable business. And that's one of the big stumbling blocks is, people are like, oh my God, why would I want to pay blah, blah, blah for 500 milliliters, and they don't like that because they don't understand. They don't know, hey, I mean, you don't squawk when you look at the difference between crap whiskey and, top shelf stuff. Because,
then they pay the prices they ask for it.
Right.
And we need to ask we need to put our prices at a certain level that we don't go down in the end of at the end of the year.
Yep.
And using only good ingredients is not cheap.
No, it's not.
And sometimes you're standing on an event, people passing by, looking at the price and pulling eyes and saying, "Whoa, that's expensive," and just passing by without any question or asking or whatever. And sometimes it even happens. No, I've tasted that. I don't like it. It's rubbish. Yeah, but what did you taste?
Oh, I don't like mead because I've had exactly one kind once and it was yucky.
Yeah. that there you go. So and then no, taste this, try this, and then if they actually try it, you see them turning and liking it.
The look on their face is priceless, huh?
Yeah. It really is. I mean, I got that just the other day. I had somebody say, "Hey, I don't like mead," because I had brought mead to, I can't even remember where it was. Oh, I was at the bee yard, and we'd all taken our bee packages and added them to our hives, and then everybody's done and we're all standing around chatting, and I had brought my lilac infused honey for people to taste. Yeah, they really like that. We're gonna the consensus is we need to make mead out of that, so I've got a gallon of lilac infused honey. I've got to do that. And
what'd you do? Just put lilac blossoms in?
Yeah,
honey?
I just cut a bunch of lilac blossoms and picked off all the green stuff. Make sure you pick off all the green parts.
Yeah.
And then just stuff the flowers into a gallon jug and covered it with honey and let it sit. And the problem is going to be getting the lilac flowers out of the honey because the honey's thick, So it'll be interesting to see how that works. But the other thing we had was I had brought mead.
I'd almost think it'd be easier to, once you dilute the honey into the mead, is scooping them out.
That's basically what I was planning on doing. Was I could rack out from underneath them. I mean, it's.
You could use your honey sieve.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have to get one of those.
Oh, yeah,
that'll do the job.
Yeah, never had to sieve my honey, so.
Well, you will.
But so there was one person there who was like, "Oh, I don't like mead. I tried it once, I didn't like it," and I looked at him and I said, "Did you try a Budweiser and say you didn't like beer?" And they kind of cocked their head and said, "Well, no, because there's lots of different kinds of beer." And I said, "Bingo." Mead is like that as well. I said there are so many kinds of mead, and it goes from ultra dry all the way up to super sweet. And I said there's like 80 million combinations of flavors in between. And so don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. You're missing out. And they were like, "Oh, okay." So they tried that, and I had a bottle of commercial mead from a Pennsylvania meadery, and then I had a bottle of my Chamerlow, and so they tried them both. And one was a white piment, and then mine's a red piment, and they really liked it. So I was like, "Ha!" That's one less person who says I don't like mead.
But that's the main reason we also launched the Real Mead certification program, because a lot of those meads that aren't good aren't made also with pure honey or good honey, or they're added wrong flavors or syrups. And those flavors aren't right.
No.
So that's the reason we want to differentiate and put on the good meaderies. That's a little bit protecting our own markets.
Well, and you guys have had some problem with people that were adulterating and stuff like that too, from what I've heard.
There are a lot of adulterated honey in the world.
Yeah. We got less of it here now, but we had a problem with it for a while. But now they've kind of clamped down on that, so we're getting less of it. But yeah, but I remember hearing from a couple of the mead makers over there that just in Europe in general, that there was an awful lot of just unadulterated or full-on fake honey just happening.
That and things people are calling mead that kind of aren't.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing too, is people calling it mead when it isn't.
No, you just added honey to wine. That's not really mead. Nice try though.
No, it's not. I mean, it might taste good. I mean, there's one. Yeah, Lindisfarne is like that, and Moniac, and
no, Moniac is actually mead. It's Bunratty.
No, Moniac was actually mead.
Oh, okay.
Moniac got sold, and so
I don't know. I haven't had Moniac in 20 years.
Yeah, I haven't had it in years either. So, but yeah, I actually went to the Moniac meadery back when it was still Moniac. But that was like 20 some years ago. But they got bought out by another mead company since then. And then there was one. The heck am I thinking of? Shoot, I forget the name of the company, but they spelled mead with an E on the end of it, and it was white wine with honey that had been added, honey and spices. And it tasted fine. It tasted okay. It was definitely drinkable, but it wasn't mead.
That's what I remember. My friends brought me back a sample of. I think it was Bunratty, and that's what it
was. Bunratty, that's the one. Thank you. I was drawing a blank on the name, but yeah, Bunratty's never been mead, but a lot of people think it is. So.
Tastes kind of like mead, but yeah, it's not.
Yeah. Interestingly, all those examples were all in Britain. I don't know if that has any bearing on anything, but I always thought it was interesting that and I've heard from the British meaderies the actual meaderies, that's a real problem there.
Yeah, this is a real problem.
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago, there was a British mead maker coming over to Mead Makers conference talking about it during the conference. And he did some tests. So you testing the mead, you can check if it's made with real honey or adulterated honey or sugars or syrups.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a way to test the meads if it's made with pure honey.
Oh, okay.
And he had some examples with him. Now, what we are doing is for the certification program, if a meadery wants to join, is we need to see where did he buy his honey. Is there a report from a lab making sure that the honey is real, that there's no adulteration in there, and combined with how much honey you're buying and how much mead you're making, and comparing those. So in the end of the paper trail, we can see if he's using only real honey or not.
Now, are you part of the group that created the standards, if you will, the real mead standards? Is that part of something that you helped put together?
Yeah. So we're about 7 people now.
Okay.
So there's Gert from the Blacksmith, Alex Eckert from Switzerland.
Switzerland, yeah.
Andrew from France. Danique is in there also.
Okay.
This year Pavel also joined.
Okay.
Pavel Zilts is a home mead maker, but also is our scientific I can't speak anymore. Scientific
it's
advisor.
3 a.m. we get, or 4 a.m. we get it.
So Pavel is working on DNA testing.
Okay.
So he's really into testing, and he's got a lot of information about that. He joined 2 months ago as board member of European Meadmakers Association. And Guillermo, I don't know if you still know Guillermo, the Spanish.
Yeah, I know Guillermo.
Meadmaker.
Yeah.
So he's also a part of us of European Meadmakers Association.
Okay.
So who's doing all this paperwork that you have to follow through on?
Well, for the moment, it's Andrew taking care of the paperwork.
Okay.
So he's working a lot on a lot of standards on his day job. Building standards is also part of the honey scene in France. So he's doing the most of the work. But we all work together to get the label launched this year, in the beginning of this year.
That'll be nice.
So the official launch was on European Meadmakers Association. So we already have, I think, 5 meaderies who are finalized the program. So they're certified now with real meads with the real mead certification. So it's kicking off. The mead scene is really happy that we started it now.
That's really cool. I'm glad you guys are doing that, because I know that was a problem, and I'd heard lots of complaints from the British folk. I don't know if it was something that was having issues in other countries, but I know in Britain they were.
It's everywhere. So there are some German meaderies that do the same thing. So it's all over. It's not only England.
Well, Vicky, I'm looking at Nathan's questions, and I think we already covered most of them.
Oh, just sort of accidentally?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm always scared if he's coming up with questions.
You're not the first person to say that.
So one of the questions at the end of his list here, which I think is pretty much the only one we can actually ask, outside of your fondness for tart cherries and bochet meads, how would you consider making your banana mead in some combination again?
I've been thinking about banana and how is the light brown sugar combination, or dark chocolate, which I like also, banana and dark chocolate. But I haven't thought a lot about banana. I'm making a historical mead now, which I'm trying. There's a small booklet that's been printed here in Belgium and Holland from 1579. I think Laura Laura and Gotti, who was also on your show, talked about it once. But she's making the same mead from time to time. It's a quince mead.
Oh yes.
So I'm working with that. I'm planning to make strawberry rhubarb mead, which I made once before. Because I really like the specific flavors of rhubarb. And I'm gonna remake also a traditional meads with I lost the name of the honey.
Where is it from?
I think you can get it here in Belgium even.
Like linden?
No, I'm not really fond of linden. It will pop in my head at one moment.
Okay.
But I haven't tried. I tried banana once, but didn't work out at all. I think it's the way I was making it. It just created one big drop, a lot of filthy filth on the bottom of the fermentation, and then it didn't come out as I wanted it to.
Huh. Okay. What was the flavor like?
Disappointing.
Okay. All right. I guess we can settle for that. We don't have to go for specific descriptors.
Disappointing.
No, there was no real banana in there. It was just flat, and
Okay.
that was my first try, and I really need to change it. And for starters, start working with brew bags, so it's easier to get it all out.
Right.
It was my first try without thinking. I just threw in a lot of bananas in there. But apparently your bananas need to be really, really, really ripe before you use them.
Yeah, that's my understanding. I have a couple of friends who have made banana meads that they say turned out. I've never tasted one, but they say it turned out great. And they all say basically you wait till that thing is almost black.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And use the skins. At least that's what they did.
I did too.
That shocked me when I heard that because, if you ever taste a yellow banana skin, they are really bitter and chalky and nasty.
I kind of feel like biting a banana skin is very similar to what tannins do to you, though.
Maybe. Yeah. So anyway, okay. Not on the docket for any time soon. It sounds like.
No, not really.
There's a lot of other things to play with, certainly.
Yeah, absolutely. Pineapple, I want to try. Yeah, there's some stuff in the back of my mind. Acacia honey. That was the one.
Okay.
Now I get it. I made one in the past as a test batch, which ended up really nice. So I started off with the mixed flower honey and just back sweetened with acacia honey.
Yeah, that's a nice honey, and I don't know where your acacia is coming from, but there's definitely variations around the world because we get some from Brazil and Hawaii, and they taste quite a bit different, but they're both still pretty delicate.
Yeah, they're very delicate, and I really like the soft flavors. They play very nice, even if using it only for back sweetening. This way you don't lose parts of the real flavors due to the fermentation. You get the real full-on acacia honey flavor in there in the traditional.
So do you have temp control with the fermenters at Gert's place?
Not really, but the location is isolated enough. So the temperature doesn't drop too much. It doesn't get too hot in summer. So,
Okay.
but if it gets too cold, I know Gert has bigger fermenters, so he uses something to keep them warm. It's something that goes around, so you can heat them up a little bit.
Okay, like a heat wrap of some kind.
Like a heat wrap. And if it gets too cold, we got a small heater we can crank up a little bit to make sure it doesn't go too cold. But that's about it. So we're not really there's no air conditioning. Let's call
Okay.
So it's really hands-on everything.
Yeah. Does that environment contribute to your decision making for yeast choices?
No, not in my case, and I don't think Gert's case also. We're using the yeast we like for their flavor profiles they're giving, or just because they're strong fermentation. And in the case of the Pirates wake up call, if there's a lot of acidity, just pick a yeast that goes through everything, that doesn't stall easily. But most of the time we're using, I know, white wine yeast, 71B, for example, D47 from Lauven. I've been using now Firm meads, the 43, I think.
Oh yeah,
that's
a very strong fermenter.
That's also a very strong fermenter. I even use Mangrove Jacks from time to time, the M5, the standard yeast meads. And with the historical mead, the Quince mead, I'm using a beer yeast even, because it's a low alcohol mead, so it goes up to 8-9%. There's less honey in there, and it ferments off dry also. So, and I don't want to make that the yeast is, the fermentation going to restart. I'm not going to, as it is a historical mead, I don't want to filter it too much. I want to keep it as it is. So re-fermentation on bottle would be bad, definitely. So that's the reason I use a beer yeast, but a beer yeast that gives also fruity flavors, fruity esters that accompany the quince. So that works out nice.
And at this point, all of your mead that you're selling is still, correct?
Yeah, it's still. So it's filtered completely and stabilized with sulfites and sorbates.
Okay.
I can't dream of having a bottle popping somewhere in somebody's closet.
I totally agree, especially at a commercial scale.
Yeah, there you go. I've had it once here at home with a bottle of meads, not mine, from another meadery. And I woke up in the middle of the night due to a pop. Stepped out. What happened? Can't find it. And in the morning, I found a cork in a hallway. And it was just a bottle that the cork popped out. And I wouldn't dream of having that happening with one of my meads.
No, unfortunately, it's a fairly common problem here in the U.S.
I've had it happen with mine once or twice, and there's actually one I never did find the cork. It's somewhere in the basement. I never found it. It shot across the basement, and it stained my shelf too. Whatever mead it was fairly acidic, and it took the finish off my galvanized shelving.
Yeah, I had a raspberry mead eat right through the. I had it in a 6-gallon pail with a spigot at the bottom, which had, of course, a rubber seal. And I came home one day to a murder scene in my kitchen. So
well, it happened also on the European Meadmakers Conference with the contest. So I've been judging at the contest, and afterwards we got a small video of them opening a bottle. It was from home competition, I think. And they just put a plate on the table, the bottle in the middle. Apparently, they've tried the first bottle and they asked for the second one to be sure that it's not a false
Right.
So they put the bottle in the middle of the plate, opened it, and it just like a geyser
Oh
spit
yeah.
out of the bottle.
Oh yeah.
Someone didn't stabilize.
Yeah.
Yep.
Say
I've seen
there's.
that at competitions many times.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
mead baths, or you can. It's funny because we'll be sitting at judging tables, and all of a sudden you'll hear "Wah!" in the back
Someone in the pouring room had
where
an
they're
incident.
pouring. Yeah, and it's like, oh, another geyser. Cool.
Yep. A bunch of chairs go flying back. Yeah.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, I've had. I'm sure there's a lot of the home folks, if not, probably most of us, that at one point or another have painted the ceiling. So
Yeah.
You know, that's one nice thing about the double blind judging system is that they're poured away from the judging tables,
mhm.
where a lot of the competitions now are moving to electronic score sheets.
Oh, which is fabulous. I love that so much
Mhm.
better.
But I mean, think about it. If you got a geyser and you got 4 laptops sitting out,
Oh yeah,
how
yeah,
happy is everybody going to be?
yeah. Well, but if you never, I mean, like at least in the comps that we go to here in the States, at least the ones I go to, we never see that bottle.
Right. That's
No,
just
it's
it.
same with
Double
the mead.
blind.
It's same with Mead Madness Cup. So everything is done behind doors. So
Yeah.
all the glasses are filled behind doors, and we just get the
Yeah.
glasses in front of us. So
Right,
we
exactly.
don't have any clue what we're getting.
Which is the way it
in
ought to
my
be.
opinion,
Yeah.
is the best way of working. So you're totally not biased whatsoever,
Yep.
and then make sure that the meats you get to taste, there are no meats that you know. So, for example,
Yep.
Gert is there also, Alex was there. So we all know our meats from one another. We know what they are making. I know what they are making. So it could be that I end up with one of their meats, and if that happens, I'm sorry, I'm not judging this.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Back in
That's
the
not the
early
way to go.
days of comps here, there were so few meaderies that if you were, somebody who was hooked in on the meat industry, which at that point I was for the most part, you get meads across the table that it was like, oh, I know what this is.
Hmm.
And there wasn't enough judges where it was easy to just say, no, I can't judge this. So we got really good at just pretending like we didn't know what it was.
Judge
It's
it
just
for what it is, not for who
right.
made
Yeah,
it.
judge it for what it is, not the fact that I know these people and they're friends of mine and I really like them.
Yeah, but that's the part I like about Mead Madness Cup. They're really upping their game and professionality and running
Good.
it. Even because for starters, it's now Danik is running it. This is the head
Yeah,
judge.
I saw that Danique was the head judge now. That's great. I mean, the last time I was there was 2019. So, and it was actually set up pretty well then.
Hmm.
I was,
And now it's also full electronic, so electronic screen
nice.
score sheets and everything. So it's
Okay.
really nicely done. And this year was a record again. How many? I think 700 meads entered this year.
Yep. Something like that. It's now the biggest in the world.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I also won a medal. Woo!
Good boy.
Attaboy.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah.
That's always rewarding, especially if you're at the event, to be able to collect it.
Yeah.
That
I've
makes
been
it more
going every
rewarding.
year now. Every one of them.
Yeah, well, you're a little bit closer than I am.
Yeah,
I would
that
love to
makes
get
sense.
out there. Yeah.
That's true.
We have to like buy overseas plane tickets and stuff. So
we can drive there.
yeah.
Right.
How long does it take? How long does it take to drive there from Belgium?
11 hours, something like that.
Oh, that's not terrible.
No, it's not terrible.
No, that's not bad at all. I mean, I drive. It takes me that long to get to Valkyrie's Horn in Minneapolis. So
Yep. Right.
yeah.
Well,
of course,
I hope to be there next year. We'll see how our international situation is.
yeah, that's where I'm at right now. It's like I'd like to go, but I can't make any commitments at this point because I really just don't know. And if that whole 9-day mead tour thing happens, that could be a monkey wrench in the works. So
Oh, right.
yeah, we'll see how it goes. This year is the first year they're doing it, so we'll see how that one goes. But yeah.
Well, they do also a mead tour, 2 or 3 days mead tour after the after the conference.
Yeah, I did the one in 2019. That was great. We went to Pasieka Yados, and there were 2 other ones, and I can't remember who they were. I've known Yaros for years, so that one was an easy one to remember. And then I got to go out to Augustova because the Augustaya guys kidnapped me basically, and I stayed up at their place for a couple of days, and they took me all over the place, and we got to see all their forest hives and the
they're awesome.
Aren't they cool? Yeah, it was really cool. And I was on a cane at the time. I don't know if you remember, but
I remember.
I was coming off knee surgery, so I was using a cane, and so I'm like mucking through the woods with a cane.
True. And Piotr of Augustova now sent me a jar of honey from the tree bees.
Really? Oh, you're so lucky. I would love to.
Really
they didn't have enough at the time, or I would have brought a jar home with me, but they didn't have any that was collected beyond what they were putting in the mead. Now they've got enough to do estate meads, which I think is really awesome.
It is.
Yeah. So, being able to do that's pretty cool. I'd like to get back out there, though. It was really, really neat. I really enjoyed being in Poland.
It's only getting better and better every year. So I'm expecting you to come.
I know. I'm working on it. I'm hoping that, like I say, that I'll be able to go next year. A lot is just going to depend on what's going on here. This year was chaotic because I'm in the midst of refurbishing the house, and every dollar I've got is getting poured into the money pit that is my home. So, yeah.
There's priorities, they call it.
Yeah. I had to get this 50-year-old house, and we've got an electrical system that's going to get our insurance canceled if we don't get it updated really soon. And things like that. Yeah. So
it's really an awesome event. And Matej and Christoph are doing a great job organizing it.
They really are. Yeah. Now, are you on the board for EMMA?
European Meadmakers Association? I'm on the board.
Okay. I thought you were. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were saying that you helped found that thing, didn't you?
Well, not really. So Alexander founded it.
Okay.
And
was it Alexander that did that? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was the one who founded it.
Okay.
And since, I don't know, 3-4 years now, we're trying to get it on the rails and organize some stuff. And now it's getting together. With the certification to start off, we're going to make a library with the PDFs and books and information historically, whatever you want to call what we find.
Okay.
We're going to try and have some wholesale advantages in there. And start off also with tips and tricks and information on how to make meads and don't make the same faults and errors we made.
Right.
So, but it's not easy. With everybody here has full-time jobs and families and everything, so it's going slow but steady.
Okay, well that's good though. I mean, this sort of thing takes time, and if you rush it, you end up with mistakes. You end up with problems, and that is not something anybody wants to deal with. So it's good that you're doing it slow and slow.
Yeah, but it's getting there.
Yeah. Well, I was, I was impressed. It's was doing good. It was doing good when I was there in 2019, and that was like the first or second year.
Second year, I think.
Second year, yeah. So I think you're doing good. It's working. And I mean, from what I can see with the competition, shoot, I mean, you're upright. I mean, basically it's between you guys and Mazer for largest.
Well, okay, no, I'm missing the association. I'm board member, but not for the conference. The conference we're sponsors.
Yeah. Well, the conference is its own thing, but it's sponsored by EMMA. What about Mead Madness? Now, is that something EMMA is putting on, or is that also just EMMA sponsoring?
That's also sponsoring. So we're sponsoring and somewhat helping out sometimes. But the conference and the competition, it's purely organized by Matej and Christoph.
Okay.
So they're doing all the heavy lifting.
Yeah. Okay, well that's all right though. You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. And like you say, the conference you're sponsoring, so it's you know.
And with the meadery, so Gert is also sponsoring with the meadery. I'm sponsoring with the meadery, so we're all doing the help in getting them there also. But it's just an awesome, just being there with everybody. It's like, I don't know, getting back home. Let's call it getting back with the family.
Yeah.
They're all as crazy as we are.
Yeah. Yeah, and isn't that true? We sort of have to be crazy. It goes with the territory. Oh, it looks like we lost Kevin. I don't know. So, all right, but well, it's cool though. I'm glad it's going well. I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to try your mead, so we'll have to work it out and maybe get you back later on and get some mead to try, you know.
Yeah, but send me over the addresses
Yeah, I
as
will.
soon as
I'll get
possible,
those
and I'll
over
send
to
out
you.
some meads.
Yeah. I'll get those over to you for sure. But yeah, it's a shame that you're not at a volume yet where you can export, but time will tell.
Slow and steady.
Yeah, slow and steady. You'll get there. You know, I'll just wait. And I'll hook you up with the importer guy, so when you're ready, you'll have it.
Cool. I'll pass it to all the other good meaderies here in Europe.
Yeah, I'm gonna hook him up with EMMA and the conference too, because he's really wanting to make more connections over there. So, you know, I wanna hook him up with where he can get to the most people in the least amount of time, which is the conference, you know.
Absolutely.
That's where everybody is. So, I mean, that's one of the things I got to do is get back. I've got my European and Pacific Rim and various and sundry stuff outside the United States. I really need to ramp it up, and it's hard because of the language barriers, you know. So I'll have to start working with the EMMA to get, you know, more information on what's out there, so I can make sure that they're listed and showcased. And get you guys in front of as many people as we can, you know.
That's great.
Yeah. That's my job, man. I'm the reporter for the meat industry. It's what I do. I've had a lot of practice. Half my life I've been doing this now.
So we'll keep you up to date on what we're doing.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get over there, but we'll see what happens. Like you say, a lot of it's just going to depend on the way things go between now and the end of the year. So, but I'm really, really hoping. I had such a great time when I was over there, and it was wonderful getting to see everyone.
That it was, definitely.
Yeah. It really was. And I hope the Greeks come back. Their mead was fantastic.
Their mead was nice.
It was.
I haven't seen them back now, but this year.
Really? Okay.
I haven't seen them back yet. But last couple of years, there are even people from China. No, not China. Japan. Sorry.
Okay, I heard there was like 2 or 3 meaderies in Japan now. So
yeah, there are several. From Thailand, also a meadery. Mexico's been coming 2 years now. Some meaderies from Mexico. So it's really, really
and
growing.
They've got their own comps now that they're finally starting to get some momentum with, so that's good.
Yeah, they started now Mead Madness Cup in Mexico.
Yeah, I saw that. I hope it goes good. So
I hope so too. I'd love to go, but same as you, money.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so many international trips I can do in a given time period, so that's, you know, and you know, it's just at the moment like you say, every penny goes into the money pit that is the house.
Yeah.
Just the way that it is, and I have to accept that. But well, this has been cool. We should probably let you get some sleep because it is 5:30 in the morning for your 5:45. So
yeah, 4:45.
4:45. Yeah, and what time do you have to be at your day job?
I have to get up at 7.
Oh yeah, we need to let you go get some sleep.
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah, a couple hours is gonna make a big difference, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But this has been cool. I'm really happy that you decided to come on. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm happy to be. It's thanks for the invite. So it's
anytime, man.
It was a blast.
Yeah, well, we appreciate it, and it's fun. It's always fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
with any luck at all, I'll see you next spring, man.
Say hello again to Kevin.
I will.
As he's lost the connection.
Yeah, I think
Or
his
was
connection
fed up with
dropped.
me. Could also be
Yeah, Kevin was also running on fumes because he had dental surgery early today. Yeah, so he was. That's why he wasn't drinking.
Okay.
He's on pain meds, so I think he finally kind of like hit the wall. And I'm not surprised. I'm surprised he lasted as long as he did. Honestly, that's not a fun thing. He's dealing with replacing a tooth, so it's like a big deal. You know? Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, we'll let you go get some sleep, Arne, and we'll talk.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Thanks. See you, AJ.
Yeah, thanks very much.
All right.
Thank you, Vicky.
Get some sleep, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Night.
Bye.
Or morning. Right? So we're spending some more time in Europe coming up. We've got May 6th. We've got Alan Radicevic from Full Moon Mead in Transylvania. So, and Alan's a great guy. You'll really like him.
Oh yes, he's awesome. I'm not going.
Yeah,
yet.
Alan's great. Yeah, I last I saw him was in Mexico at the Copa Hidromo. And May 20th, Joe Marshall with Lily Bell Meads in Buffalo, New York. And then June 3rd, we've got Brian Green, Censure Imports, and that's the importing guy, Arne.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll hook you up with contact information and everything. But and if you would pass that along to Gert as well. So if he's interested,
I will.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but yeah, because I know there's several European mead makers that are interested in that. So that's something that probably, I mean, if nothing else, EMMA needs to know, because this is, something that's available to the meaders that are in a position to do this. So yeah, lots of events coming. April 23rd, City Modern Mead in Leadville, Colorado has a mindfulness meetup. April 24th, my birthday, St. Ambrose Meadery, Beulah, Michigan has an open mic night. April 25th, St. Ambrose Cellars in Beulah, Michigan has Luke Wolf live music. April 26th, Missouri has Blot, a Viking Spring Festival. Let's see here. April 26th, Moonjoy Meadery, Lenore, North Carolina has a mead and mindfulness. April 26th, St. Ambrose Meadery in Beulah, Michigan has Jesse Jefferson with live music. April 26th, Four Brothers Mead Festus, Missouri has Tanglefoot Collective live music. Also, Holland Meadery in Bethlehem, PA has Mead, Mayhem, and Myth. April 26th, Thistle Rock Mead, Charlottesville, Virginia has the Donnybrook at the annual Thistle Rock Beltane Festival. April 29th, St. Ambrose Meadery, Beulah, Michigan has the R&B Sushi Experience. Make 3 sushi rolls, all materials provided, take sushi home. I'm actually going to that. April 30th, Cloud City Modern Mead, Leadville, Colorado has a mindfulness meeting. May 2nd, Patriot Brewery and Homebrew Supplies in Elkhorn, Nebraska has a mead making seminar. May 3rd, Doggone Bees Meadery and Apiary in Hanover, Pennsylvania has a mead making class. May 3rd, Four Brothers Meadery in Festus, Missouri has Zoe Vox with live music. May 3rd, St. Ambrose Meadery in Beulah, Michigan has Wingate Weekend, hot sauces from mild to wild. So yeah, they're like, come in, try the different things. I don't want my face to melt off. May 3rd, Kingview Mead, Mount Lebanon, Pennsylvania has a trivia night. May 4th, St. Ambrose Cellars, Beulah, Michigan has double disc open frisbee golf. May the 4th be with you. May 7th, Kingview Meadery, Mount Lebanon, PA has trivia night. And on the 8th, they have day 1 with acoustic music. On May 10th, Mr. B's Meadery in Seattle, Washington has a charcuterie making workshop at Mr. B's White Center. May 17th, Sugar Belt Mead Festival, Crown Point, Indiana. Many meaderies with their wares at this festival, and they also have live music, food trucks, and more. It's a great event. It's a one-day thing, but if you can get there, I highly recommend it. I will be there pouring for Tree Hive Meadery. May 17th, Four Brothers Mead, Festus, Missouri, has JJ playing live music. May 18th, Perry Vine, South Bend, Indiana, has Brews and Bites, 5-course meals, small bites, and a mead pairing. May 22nd, the Skeptic Meadery in Mount Juliet, Tennessee has Mead Making 101. And May 26th, St. Ambrose Cellars in Beulah, Michigan has the Honeybee Artisans Market. I'm looking forward to that too. And of course, support your local meadery. If you want to get your event on Got Mead Live, please let us know at gotmead@gotmead.com. We'll be happy to get it on the show for you and put it in the episode notes as well. And then if you don't have a local meadery, but you want to support mead, then go to buy mead online. Go to shopmeads.com. There's mead from all over the United States and some really, really amazing stuff there. So it's definitely worth a try. And in the meantime, we'll see you in 2 weeks when we have Alan Radicevic on, and be excellent to one another.
Night, everybody.
All right. Night, all.
And we're done?
We are, yeah. I'm trying to get this thing to end the stream. Yeah, I know.
We're still live on Twitch. Hi,
Yeah.
people. Bye, people. We're still live on